Hi, we're here to talk about reshoring the U.S. injection molding industry, and most importantly, show you how you can grow your injection molding business. First, what is reshoring? Reshoring is the process bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. from China and other countries. How do we help? Well, we help by lowering the cost of tooling for U.S. injection molders. This may seem counterintuitive at first since we build our molds in China, but the bottom line is that without competitive costs on tooling, the U.S. loses the entire supply chain to offshore sources. Not only does the tooling move offshore, but the molded parts go along with it. 100% of the business moves offshore. Now, if we lower your tooling costs and you can win more business, 90% of manufacturing stays in the U.S. So let's take a closer look at this. You want to increase your business, but there are challenges. If your tooling costs aren't competitive, you win fewer jobs. Having the capacity and staff to produce molds can be a challenge for many custom molders, particularly with a package of molds. If you want to grow, what's the solution? Offshoring can be part of the solution. It reduces mold costs by 30 to 50%. Equally important is the higher capacity found offshore, which results in shorter lead times. Outsourcing allows you to better utilize your staff to work in areas with higher productivity, and you get 3D modeling and tech support at no cost. But there can be challenges going offshore, and here's the big question. How do you get the benefits without the headaches? You've probably heard about challenges with offshore mold sourcing. Let's take a look at those challenges. Most companies that source offshore get their molds from China. To do that, you have to locate potential suppliers. You've got time zone challenges, and ask yourself, do you really want to be on the phone at 3 a.m.? There are language barriers. You're probably speaking to someone whose first language is not English. How will that go? You wonder what details are not getting communicated. This causes uncertainty, and that's something you don't want. There are cultural differences as well. In a culture where it's considered rude to correct someone, a simple oversight on a drawing or specification could result in you receiving a flawed tool. Again, you wonder what isn't getting communicated, and you won't know that there's a problem until the tool is running at your plant. Vetting an offshore supplier can be a lengthy and costly process. Due diligence typically involves a trip to China, or multiple trips. Negotiation is expected, and who wants to do that with a language barrier? Then there's the quality issue. How well do they QC their materials? Can they catch fake resins? Do they reject them? How do they test their molds? What documentation do they provide? So, you have all these factors just to find the supplier. Now think about all the other things. Intellectual property laws, materials and components, banking, project management, and mold testing. All of these factors come into play again and again. I'm sure you get the point. It's a real challenge to source a mold from China on your own. So if you've sourced molds in China, or you're considering it, you've probably concluded that it's challenging. Well, what does Jade do to help? We black box these challenges. We've already addressed the offshore challenges and put them in a box, so to speak, so that they're no longer your problem. This lets you focus on your business and your customers. The goal of this, of course, is to help you win more business, giving you the offshore advantages without the challenges. Okay, so how do we do it? Well, we're eliminating the unknowns, the uncertainty, and the hassles that you have offshore. You benefit from our long history with suppliers in China. We've done the screening. And your molds are built with bulletproof steel certification and resin verification processes. So this reduces risk. Your mold is tested to your standards. You see, while others focus on giving you first articles that look correct, we focus on giving you a properly built mold that produces the part correctly. This eliminates the uncertainty over whether or not the mold will perform when you receive it. We have U.S. engineering and management running the factory in China to bridge the cultural differences and to make the process seamless for you. This greatly improves communication. Your touch points, engineering, customer service, and account management are in the United States, so you're always interacting with an American team. We're a U.S. company. Our banking is in the U.S., and intellectual property protection is covered by U.S. law. This gives you convenience and added protection while reducing your uncertainty. Then there's simple overall convenience. All interaction is in U.S. English, and meetings are during your working hours. You see, with Jade, our expertise also eliminates the intangible challenges, things like culture, communication, and convenience. These are the things you can't quite put your finger on at first, but you know they're important in the long run. Now, here are a few notes to give you a picture of our company. We've been in China for 9 years and have over 100 years of combined U.S. engineering expertise. We've built out a new 20,000 square foot factory in Zhongshan. Our mold building capabilities span the entire range, from prototypes to Class 101. We build for press sizes from 20 tons to 2,000 tons. We manufacture cooling fixtures, sonic horns, and hot stamps, all at a substantial savings for you. We have in-house 3D design and development and engineering support for you. So that gives you a more complete picture. The next logical step would be to have a conversation with us and get a mold quote. Now, to get you on the road to lowering your costs or finding a better China source, we recommend a web conference that brings together your engineering, operations, and purchasing people with Jade's engineering team and account manager. We'll go through a sample design for manufacturability and a mold design review for you, and discuss the business in general. To get a quote, simply email part files and your instructions to your account rep, or upload them on our website. You'll have a quote within 24 to 48 hours. We'll do a DFM and design review conference with you on your mold, ship you the first shots, ship you the FAR parts and QC documentation. We'll then ship your mold by the method of your choice. It's a very straightforward process. So if you'd like to see how you can lower your costs and win more business, give us a try. Contact us at 888-549-6014 or at sales@jademolds.com. We look forward to working with you and helping you win more business.